A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo. Have you ever wanted something so badly that the wanting itself threatened to consume you? Have you ever felt a pull so strong that every rational voice inside you went quiet, and you moved toward desire like it was inevitable, like gravity? That feeling, that terrifying, all-consuming feeling, is the underlying landscape of Romeo and Juliet. Shakespeare didn't just write about love. He wrote about a longing that lives inside all of us. A longing that burns so bright it eventually consumes the person carrying it. The candle, longing for the flame. The play opens not with love, but with blood. Two families, the Montagues and the Capulets, have been locked in a bitter, violent rivalry for so long that nobody remembers why it started. The hatred isn't personal anymore. It's inherited, ambient. It's the air Verona breathes. Into this world comes Romeo, dreamy, emotional, someone who feels everything at full volume. Romeo is nursing a heartbreak over a girl named Rosaline, speaking in elaborate, borrowed poetry about love. Suddenly, he sees Juliet across a crowded room, and something shifts. The borrowed poetry falls away, and he is left simple, almost breathless, as if genuine feeling had no use for ornamentation. Juliet is 13, but in almost every measurable way, she is the more clear-eyed of the two. The first to name the danger of their love, the first to recognize that it has come too fast. It is too rash, too sudden, too like the lightning, she says. They marry in secret the morning after they meet. Friar Lawrence performs the ceremony with the hopeful, catastrophically optimistic belief that their union might heal the ancient wound between the families. His intentions are good, but his efforts ultimately sow the seeds of ruin. Soon after the marriage, Romeo's friend Mercutio, the sharpest, most electrically alive mind in the entire play, is killed by Juliet's cousin Tybalt. And Romeo, undone by grief, kills Tybalt in return. In a single afternoon, everything collapses. Romeo is banished. The private world the lovers built, that fragile, stolen thing, shatters against the hard reality of circumstance as the play accelerates towards tragedy. Friar Lawrence hatches a final plan. Juliet will drink a sleeping potion and appear dead. Romeo will be told, will come for her, and they will escape together. The message doesn't reach Romeo in time. He arrives at Juliet's tomb, finds her still and cold, and drinks his poison beside her. When she wakes to find him gone, she doesn't hesitate. She takes his dagger and follows him into whatever comes next. Two lives extinguished in a tomb, kept from salvation by a letter delayed, a plan misunderstood, a decision made a breath too soon. What's devastating about Shakespeare's construction is that there is no villain to point at. He distributes causality with the surgical precision of a shotgun. The feud, the secrecy, the impetuousness, the failed communication, the suffocating world that quietly, collectively decided that an ancient hatred was a worthy cause. All of it is to blame, and none of it alone is enough to explain the outcome. The Montagues and Capulets don't lose their children because they hate each other. They lose them because they never stopped to examine the reality of the hatred itself. By the time understanding finally comes, it comes too late, as it so often does, paid for by the most precious thing either family had. Romeo and Juliet didn't die because they loved too much. They died because the world around them loved too little. And somehow, after 400 years, that still seems to be the case. So the question the play leaves behind is not about Shakespeare's Verona. It's about yours. What walls are you still maintaining in service of someone else's war? What ancient grudge are you carrying whose origin you can't even name? And if love ever came, the real kind, the kind that strips away the borrowed poetry and leaves you breathless and undefended, Would the life you've built make room for it? Or would it perish quietly under the weight of all your yesterdays?